Glazers make final decision on keeping Man United as Sir Alex Ferguson details emerge. The Glazers have definitely decided to sell Manchester United for the right price after 2 weeks of talks with potential new owners instead of accepting minority investment and staying on. According to reports, Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe are two candidates to purchase the Red Devils, and Sir Alex Ferguson's old war room was used by Erik ten Hag at press conferences too, with their usual place instead serving a different purpose. According to the Daily Mail, the word is that the Glazers are keen on relinquishing control of United if the price is right. There has long been some doubt over whether the Americans were seriously considering a takeover amid a potential split in the family behind the scenes. It's an open secret brothers Joel and Avram Glazer have long been more devoted owners of United than other members of the clan. Yet it appears an end to their tenure is now in sight following 2 weeks of visits from interested groups, which included Ratcliffe and Jassim. It's claimed that United transformed the Jimmy Murphy Center, which is usually used for press conferences, into a summit room at their Carrington training complex. The club chefs prepared meals for those who attended the meetings, with the press forced to take a step back in time. Press conferences were then moved to the small room right of reception, which is where Ferguson used to dish out his rollickings. And now, takeover developments are due to take place in the coming days. This week, interested parties are primed to launch their second offers for United as they look to seize one of the biggest clubs in world football. The Glazers, it's previously been claimed, are eyeing any potential operation to be done by Easter. Formerly, there had been suggestions the Americans might end up staying at the club and accepting minority investment instead. But this doesn't appear to be the case, and their time as United owners is finally drawing to a close in a development that will likely delight the club's supporters. It was reported over the weekend that, regardless of who wins the fight to buy the Red Devils, manager Erik ten Hag is primed to stay. The Dutchman was only appointed back in the summer, charged with the task of reawakening a sleeping giant. His tenure started poorly, with United losing their opening 2 Premier League games against Brighton and Brentford. Yet they've been much improved in the time since and are currently fighting for a treble, having already won the Carabao Cup. On Sunday, United beat Fulham 3-1 in a frantic FA Cup showdown at Old Trafford to make the semi-finals of the competition. And, speaking after the game, the Dutchman hailed his side for getting a crucial result at the end of a difficult week. In other news, Jadon Sancho makes the difference against Fulham, but he is still far from his best. Manchester United had to come back from a goal down once again to make the FA Cup semi-finals as they defeat Fulham 3-1 at Old Trafford on Sunday. They were aided by a couple of Fulham players losing their heads in the second half, with both Willian and Alexander Mitrovic showed straight red cards. Manager Marco Silva was also shown his marching orders for dissent. The incident that changed the game arrived in the 70th minute. United broke on the counter and Bruno Fernandes released Antony down the right, who charged at the Fulham backline and released Sancho in all sorts of space. Sancho wins the penalty that changed the game. The England man, who was a peripheral figure up till that point, rounded the keeper and tried to pass it into the net, only for Willian to handle the ball on the line and see red. And United got a penalty as well. With Fulham down to 9 men, Sancho once again started gaining in confidence, and it was his ball down the line that Luke Shaw diverted into the path of Marcel Sabitzer for his first goal. As a United player, the England winger finished the game with an impressive passing accuracy rate of 93%. But the former Borussia Dortmund man could have got on the scoresheet himself, but for some tentative play. He kept checking back, even when provided the room to run, and tried to play the safer option, hence the high pass count. Sancho did complete 5 dribbles, and he does have the calmness and quickness of his feet when required, but he still seems short of confidence and afraid to take on his man at will. The 22-year-old does, however, have the ability to play cute passes around the side of defenders, as was seen with the second goal. He made 5 key passes in total during the game. Sancho needs to keep improving. Unlike Antony or the other wingers like Marcus Rashford, Sancho is not afraid to do his share of the dirty work, as he won 2 tackles as well as 6 ground duels. Sancho did make the difference in the end, and it should give him a bit more confidence heading into the international break. The United coaches will keep working with him in a bid to revive his lost form. Ten Hag will be pleased with the result, but not the performance from his winger. He will be aware that Sancho has a lot more in his locker, and it needs to be unlocked as United try and win both the FA Cup and Europa League. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.